do have a special worship service today, and so things are going to be a little different. And it is, as Sarah said, our children's music service. Today we have 11 of our amazing JUC children who are here to help lead our worship service and to explore our theme of wholeheartedness through both stories and also songs. Now, those of you who have been around for a while, you know that if Reverend Wendy were here, she would remind us that our children aren't just here today for us to gawk at them about how cute they are, although they are very cute. But since Reverend Wendy has about 48 hours left in her sabbatical, the honor of delivering this message falls to me. And like a good 5-paragraph essay that some of our kiddos are probably learning about, this has 3 main points. So first, as you use, we believe that Revelation is not yet sealed, nor will it ever be sealed. It is never complete. It is always unfolding. Our faith teaches that we all have the capacity to discern capital T truth. And insight into deeper truths, it is all around us. It is in everything and everyone. And our youth are, of course, no exception to that. They have truths to teach us, to reveal to us. So that's the first point. Second, one of the great things about stories is that they bring up different things for each and every one of us. There will be as many meanings taken from these stories as there are people here today, because we all have our own stories that we bring to them. We all have our own lived experiences, our own collections of identities, and we bring those to bear on the stories that we hear. So unlike so many of our Sundays when one of your ministers gets up here and makes that meaning and tells you this is what it is, these stories have a way of democratizing meaning making. And in so doing, they help us to live out both the priesthood and the prophethood of all believers, which is something that our UU faith also affirms. And third and finally, arts and music, stories and songs, these are powerful tools for meaning making, folks. They're powerful not just because of what they reveal to us, but how they do it. Because arts and music, stories and songs, these get us out of our heads and down into our bodies and into our hearts. They get at that deep taproot of emotion and feeling and physical sensation that is the very essence of being human. And so my invitation to you all today is to be open to not just what this service makes you think about, which is the very Unitarian thing to do, but also how it makes you feel, how it moves you, how it inspires you and calls you to something beyond yourself. In these ways, stories and songs, they're really not all that different from rituals, which is another tool that we use to give and make meaning, especially in religious communities like this one.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It looks like a chicken nugget.
In a lush green garden, there lived a little seed named Sammy. They dreamed of becoming a beautiful flower, but they were afraid.
What if I don't grow? What if I fail?
Olivia, the wise old tree, notices Sammy's fear and speaks with a warm voice.
Why do you stay hidden, little seed? The world is full of beauty and adventure.
But the storms and drought, what if I can't make it?
Every seed has fears. To bloom, you must take a leap of faith and live to be your whole self.
I'll try. I'll push against my shed.
I'm taking this.
This feels amazing. I can do this.
Sammy feels the sun and rain stretching her leaves out.
I did it. I became a beautiful flower.
Sammy then noticed a nearby little seed trembling with fear.
Sammy, you're so beautiful. Will I grow up to be like you? I'm afraid. What if I fail?
Do not be afraid. The world is waiting for you. And so, Sammy became a beacon of courage, reminding everyone that the journey of growth is worth every moment. The end.
You are a little seed in the garden of life. You are a little seed in the garden of life. You are a little seed growing like a weed in the garden of life. In the garden of life. You're planted in the earth. In the garden of life. You're planted in the earth. In the garden of life. You're planted in the earth, the home of your birth. In the garden of life. In the garden of life.
We'll shower you with care.
In the garden of life.
We'll shower you with care.
In the garden of life.
We'll shower you with care. Yeah, we'll always be there in the garden of life.
In the garden of life.
There's gonna be some weeds.
In the garden of life.
There's gonna be some weeds.
In the garden of life.
But even weeds can be friends indeed. In the garden of life.
In the garden of life. Shine a light of love. In the garden of life. Shine a light of love. In the garden of life. Shine a light of love. From above. In the garden of life. In the garden of life.
Sometimes the rain will fall.
In the garden of life.
Sometimes the rain will fall.
In the garden of life.
Sometimes the rain will fall, but it will help you grow tall in the garden of life.
In the garden of life.
Will help you grow up strong.
In the garden of life.
Will help you grow up strong.
In the garden of life.
Will help you grow up strong. Find where you belong in the garden of life.
In the garden of life.
You are a little
Seed. In the garden of life. You are a little seed. In the garden of life. You are a little seed growing like a weed in the garden of life.
Elizabeth was a beautiful princess who lived in a castle and wore expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Roland.
Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burnt all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Roland.
You're coming with me.
Help!
You're coming with me. Elizabeth chased the dragon to get Roland back. She looked for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon.
Finally, Elizabeth reached a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She grabbed the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out and said,
Well, a princess. I love to eat royalty, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Please come back tomorrow.
Please go, dragon.
The dragon slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught.
The dragon grabbed the knocker again and banged on the door.
The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said,
You again? I already told you. I love to eat royalty. I have already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. I have plans today. Hey, come back tomorrow when I'm less full.
Wait, dragon, is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole wide world?
Well, I hate to brag, but yes.
Is it true you can burn down 10 forests with your fiery breath?
Oh, yes.
He took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that it burnt up 50 forests.
The dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire, she burnt up 100 forests.
Magnificent.
The dragon took another deep, huge breath, but this time, nothing came out.
I'm going to stomp you.
Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?
Why, yes.
He jumped up and flew around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired. I mean, she was very tired when she got back.
Magnificent. Do it again.
Hey, Dragon, Hey, Dragon, that looks fun. Can I hitch a ride? Sure. Why not?
So the dragon jumped up and flew around the world in just 20 seconds. When they got back, the dragon was very tired, and she fell right to sleep.
Elizabeth whispered very softly.
Hey, dragon.
The dragon didn't move at all. Elizabeth lifted the dragon's ear and put her head right inside and shouted as loud as she could,
Hey, dragon.
The dragon was so tired, she didn't even move.
Elizabeth stepped right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave.
There was Prince Roland. He looked at her and said,
Elizabeth, what happened to you? You look like you've been through fire. Oh, wait, you have.
Yeah, at least I'm trying to rescue you.
This place is a mess. You really shouldn't be here in that paper bag. Okay, where's your beautiful gown?
Well, at least I'm trying to rescue you.
True, but I'm not sure a paper bag is the best rescue outfit.
Well, I know it isn't, but we gotta get out of here before the dragon wakes up.
Elizabeth, you smell like ashes.
I said, can we go?
All right, let's make a run for it.
3, 2.
The end. Remember the lines. So weird.
Folks, as the tale that we just saw reminds us, riches and fancy stuff, they're not everything in this world. And that's one of the things that we do here as a spiritual community. We try to move beyond the material. At the same time, it does take some resources to make anything happen. to keep the lights on, to pay our staff who make special services like this possible, to buy costumes. Y'all wouldn't believe how expensive paper bags are with inflation these days. And more seriously, to ensure that our community is alive and vibrant for future generations, like today's many young worship associates. And one of the ways that we do that, of course, is through our weekly offering. And so it is with gratitude for our present and all that is happening here that is so alive, and with care for our future, that our offering will now be gratefully given and received.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Hide away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I'll let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, and send a flood gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. When hurtful words come up against my skin, will hurt away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are glorious, yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
A long time ago, there were 3 little pigs with homes made of bricks and of straw and of twigs.
A big bad wolf tried to catch them one day by huffing and puffing 2 houses away. Quick, he's coming. Let's run to Pig 3's house. I like my favorite snack beyond. We'll get you more snacks later.
They bolted the windows and locked the front door.
We won't go outside. Not anymore. They stayed in that house on the top of the hill. And those 3 silly pigs would be hiding there still.
If their sister, the bold and daring pig 4, hadn't stopped by to visit and knocked on the door.
Get away, wolf! Get away from our door! I'm no wolf. I'm your sister, Pig 4. The door opened a crack, then it opened wide. Get inside. They're bad wolves outside.
Oh, Pill, you're hopeless. I mean, there's no wolves inside.
Yes, there are. I can smell them.
They said as they slammed the door tight.
Keep that door shut. Keep quiet. Now everyone, hide!
Why hide? You should all go outside. You can't spend your life just sitting and shaking. There are places to be and things to be making.
Like what? A piggy spot day?
Wait, which page are we on?
But despite her suggestions, the pigs would not budge.
We're safe in here, sister. We won't go outside.
The 3 pigs cried.
You're hopeless.
Cried with her sister with a frown. Then she huffed and puffed, and she blew
Their house down.
As soon as the dust had started to clear, Sister Big said,
You see, there are no wolves out here.
The pigs peeked over what was left of their wall. There were no wolves in sight. No wolves at all.
Hooray, yippee! How happy are we? The wolves are gone and now we are free. We won't spend our lives just sitting and shaking. There are places to see and things to be making.
Let's get some fudge. Let's build a canoe.
Let's climb up a mountain and take in the view.
And as for their sister, the daring pig 4,
She traveled. She knows there's worlds to explore.
If only you were willing to open that door.
Go back. Wait, there's no.
It's time to do something drastic, something new. Right here and right now, we need to find a way somehow. Zip out, reaching out, closing out the distance. Instead of hate, celebrate all the ways we're different. I am optimistic, yes I do believe we have the power to make this world a better place. But it's never gonna change because it's gonna me and you in a moment of truth.
What a wonderful service. So I know I said that thing earlier about today's service being a little different and that we were all going to make our own meaning and instead of one of our ministers telling you all what it was. But I also figured, since I'm already here, might as well tell you what I think. So all of our stories today, they revolve around a core theme, the theme of what it means to live authentically as ourselves. This is, of course, an age-old question. It's also one which our faith, Unitarian Universalism, which we have a long history of trying to answer, or at least give tools to people so they can answer it. Those of you who were here last week, you likely remember that I talked about the great teaching of one half of our spiritual family tree, the great teaching, the good news of universalism, that all of us are saved, that none of us are doomed, that we are all so loved by a God who is just pure love. Today, let's take a look at the other half of the family tree. Because this question of living authentically, of growing into the best possible version of ourselves, this is so much of what distinguished our Unitarian ancestors from the other Christians of the day. The Unitarians, you see, they had an almost unfailing faith in the goodness of human nature. They taught that each of us, each and every one of us, is not only a child of God, as did the Universalists, but that we are, in a very real way, part of God's very being, that we are a part of the divine. The early Unitarians, they taught that each of us comes into the world carrying within us a piece of God, a little light of the holy, a spark of the divine. That's why we sing each week as part of our chalice lighting song here at JUC, in each of us there is a spark. This goes all the way back to our early Unitarian ancestors. But here's the thing about sharing that core part of ourselves, that inner spark. It's really, really vulnerable. And that vulnerability, it leaves us feeling no small amount of fear. We fear rejection. We fear failure. We fear that we might be weak and that others might try to take advantage of us, that they might huff and puff and blow our house down. There's a reason why so many of our characters today have feared what might happen to them if they let their true selves show. Because folks, if we're putting on an act, if we're just putting on an appearance, we can attribute any failures or rejection to that, to something beyond us. We can say, oh, it isn't really me they're rejecting, it's the accessories, the accoutrement. And so we need a little help sometimes. We need a little bit of help to live into our authentic selves. We need cheerleaders and teachers and mentors and guides. We need wise old trees who will tell us to take a leap of faith. We need older siblings who come back home and encourage us to move beyond our fears and out beyond the walls that we've constructed between ourselves and the world. We need role models who show us that it is indeed possible to be true to ourselves and our values, even when being true to ourselves means dressing up and conducting a rescue operation in the only thing available, a giant paper bag. But it's a delicate balance, this. We can't just listen to every single thing that every single person tells us. We have to use our reason. We have to have ultimately some core grounding, some internal sense of who we are and what our values are. We need to trust that still small voice inside us. We need to trust our own spiritual intuitions as our Unitarian ancestors taught us. We need to... Actually, you know what, folks? I think our talented team of worship associates has another story for you that explains what I was just going to say so much better.
and Grandy were walking with their donkeys to the market.
It was a beautiful, clear day, and the three of them were enjoying a stroll along the way.
It sure is nice out today.
Yes, it is. The sun is shining, the grass is green.
Hee-haw! As they were walking along the road, they came upon a villager.
The villager stopped right in front of them.
Excuse me, but what are you doing walking alongside that donkey? Don't you know donkeys are meant to be ridden?
Hee-haw!
I've never heard of such a silly thing. Letting that donkey walk alongside you as if you're human? Ha ha ha.
You may be right. Get up on the donkey, child.
Okay, that will be fun.
They continued down the road, the kid enjoying the ride and both continuing to enjoy the lovely day.
How was the donkey doing? Hee-haw!
Seems good.
Well, okay. Well, okay then. After a while, they met another stranger on the road.
This stranger stopped right in front of them.
Why is that kid riding the donkey? Don't you have any respect for your elders?
The Grandy and the kid looked at each other.
Kids these days, they can be so selfish.
Grandy, he may be right. I will get off so you can ride.
Well, I guess my feet are hurting a bit, so I guess it will feel good to ride.
They continued down the road, the Grandy enjoying the ride, and both of them enjoying the lovely day. Donkey, are you still good? Hee-haw! Good to know.
Not much time passed when they met two travelers on the road.
The travelers stopped right in front of them, looked at each other and said, looked at them both up and down and said,
Excuse me, but why are you riding that donkey and making your poor grandchild walk along?
The Grandy and the child looked at each other.
Don't you know that children can get tired very easily? You don't want them to catch a cold or the flu because they had to walk while you rode.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, dear. Please hop on the donkey with me.
Hee-haw! They continued down the road, almost reaching the market.
When yet another pair of people stopped in front of them.
The pair stopped, looked at each other, and then looked at them both up and down and said,
Why are you two riding that donkey?
Don't you know that two people are too heavy for one donkey?
The two looked at each other.
That's just plain cruel to wait on the poor donkey like that.
Oh, you poor donkey.
Randy, he may be right. We should carry him for a while.
That's a great idea.
hee-haw! The Grandy and the child picked up the donkey and carried it toward the market.
They carried the donkey.
Looking good, donkey.
Carrying the donkey slowed them down so much that they were soon overtaken by the people they had met on the road who were not even returning to that town.
Would you look at that? What? Those people are carrying that donkey.
I've never ever seen anything so ridiculous
give me
my
a heart
whole
attack.
entire life.
I just don't understand people anymore.
Me neither.
The two looked at each other.
Oh, well, this seems strange.
This seems strange.
Yeah. What exactly are we doing?
Hee-haw, don't ask me.
We feel too concerned about what other people think about us.
Oh.
What can we do to fix this situation?
You could start by putting the donkey down.
I just had the most marvelous idea that we should totally put the donkey down. Thought of that all myself.
Sorry, donkey.
We should stop listening to what other people think about us.
That's Marvelous, yes.
Grandy, the child, and the donkey journeyed home. They took turns riding the donkey and also giving him a rest,
They greeted people they saw with a big smile.
and took their advice with a smile, a nod, and a polite hee-haw.
Hee-haw!
And then we made our own decisions.
Wait, but how can I give a thumbs up? I have no idea.
Sing together to close our service out. You saw their lights shining. We can see your lights shining. So please join us. We are going to sing This Little Light of Mine. Please rise if you are not already. And we are looking forward to your dance moves out here. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere we go, here we go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? Hide it under a bushel? No! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No! I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Last time, here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it
In each of us, there is a holy spark, and we're going to let that little light shine. We're going to make our own decisions. At least we're going to try, because what we know is that it can be really hard to shine sometimes. Sometimes it can just be impossible. And as our last skit reminds us, sometimes what we need is for others to carry us. We need to be the ones carried, and we need to carry each other. So this week, folks, may each of you shine your own unique light on the world. And in those moments when you can't, may others be there to carry you. May you look for places where you can carry those who need it. May this be so. May this be so. Hee-haw. Hee-haw. And amen.
Don't.